Mason, and welcome back to another interview with friends and guitarists. And today I'm honoured to welcome superb singer-songwriter guitarist Simon Jones. Simon,
Delighted.
welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Delighted.
Appreciate that.
Don't fail me now, because I need you as my friend. We'll finish our drinks, for the night is at an end. I don't understand why we drink so much. When the night calls, we answer. We feel the rush, and I can't explain. The night calls, I can't explain. The night calls, I can't explain. The night calls, I can't explain. The night calls my name.
Beautiful. Nice. Thanks, Simon.
Cheers.
Simon, I know that you're big on your own songs and you've been songwriting for quite some years now. It's your bag. I'm assuming you sort of pick up the acoustic guitar to write your songs as sort of the first port of call to get stuff down. But going way back when you first sort of picked up the guitar, can you remember who or what first influenced you to sort of want to play the guitar?
Yeah, it was Nirvana. I heard "Smells Like Teen Spirit" as a lot of people did at that age. I think I was like 14 or something.
Great song, yeah.
And amazing song. And I just, that was it for me. I just was like, okay, I really want to learn the guitar. My friend was learning the guitar. My other friend was learning the guitar. Like a few of my friends were learning the guitar basically, and they could all play Nirvana, and I just really wanted to have a piece of that. You know, I just really wanted to do it.
Yeah, gotcha. Was it the sound of the track, do you think, or was it just, oh, this is cool, I need to have a guitar and they can play it because friends are doing it? Or
It was both really. It was just because of that unbelievable sort of that the first sort of, if you don't mind me sort of the first part. You know, when the drums kick in and then when the distortion kicks in, it's just like, whoa,
so
what's
much energy.
That, you know?
Yeah,
really,
great,
loads of energy and yes, and seeing Kurt Cobain was on with the guitar, was just he looked like the coolest guy ever to me. Basically,
Sure. Okay, Simon, now can you remember the first thing that you actually nailed on the guitar? What was the first thing you successfully played and thought, oh, I'm getting the hang of this now?
Yeah.
What was that for you?
Well, that was again, that was Nirvana, because I was just completely into Nirvana, learning all their stuff. It was "Come As You Are," the little riff, just to remind people.
I know, it's simplicity, that sort of thing. It's just great. You can feel the energy from that already, just getting into it. Yeah. So that was the first thing you nailed on the guitar.
Yeah, mainly because it was looking back on it now and sort of what I know now, it was actually quite an easy thing to pick up. You know, like rather than sort of chords were more difficult than the riff kind of thing, and just because it was my favourite band, learning that riff was just really, it's like an instant learn. For a beginner.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Simon just mentioned there that obviously it was easy to pick up, and that's always very important for beginners, wouldn't you agree, to actually aim for something that's attainable, to actually feel like you're making progress. Because I think once you've made that step and that leap into I can play, it's a great feeling, isn't it, when you've sort of accomplished as easy as it may be. So that's a good track to pick up to kick off with for our viewers who maybe just starting off as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to make it's got to make you happy and make you enjoy playing the guitar, which is what it did for me. Because I just wanted to learn everything Nirvana.
Sure. Simon, I know when a lot of new guitarists have spoken to me in the past that they've accomplished a certain element or a certain technique or mode or song whilst learning the guitar, and it's been their Eureka moment, their aha moment. And I've spoken to a few guys now, and they've all had different moments within their guitar playing that kind of gave them a new gateway, a new path to follow down. Did you have a particular Eureka moment in your playing, or something that you discovered that helped you, go further, take your playing to another level?
Absolutely. My Eureka moment, I would say, is when I was learning how to play the Voodoo Child riff by Jimi Hendrix.
Cool riff.
It's quite simply just. just like that. And for a long time, I was trying to play the second part of it, which is, so the first part's, and then the second part is this. And to get to the second part was a jump, and I couldn't quite do it, and it was really driving me mad. But because I kept doing it, the repetition element of the playing the guitar was there. I all of a sudden I could do it, but then for the next sort of 10 times of trying it, I couldn't do it. But I kept going. I kept the repetition up, and then all of a sudden it was just there. It just, the muscle memory or whatever you want to call it. My fingers knew what they were doing. Yeah. So it's
quite weird, isn't it, when you say it like that? But everybody says the same thing. You have to kind of train your fingers what to do.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're not consciously thinking about it anymore, are
Absolutely.
you? They're just doing it. So that repetition of just doing the same thing over and over again. You literally are training your fingers to do it.
I mean, it's really like. It really is like riding a bike or driving a car. It's like your body learns how to do something. In this case, we're playing the guitar, so it's your fingers.
Yeah.
And you can do that. You can apply that with everything. The chords. You have to learn the chord. Your muscle memory has to learn where the chords are. So I can change chords without looking. But that's only because my fingers know where they're going from the muscle memory.
Sure.
Etc. etc.
So you are basically learning stuff until you haven't got to concentrate on it. The subconscious takes over, I guess, doesn't it?
Precisely. Yeah.
That's when you know you've got it now. Brilliant. Okay, thanks for that, Simon. You all right? Yeah. Sorry, I just realised we were really, really close at one point. Yeah. Hello.
Romantic evening.
Yeah. Just dim the lights.
I did actually accidentally look at your arse earlier, but don't make anything of it, okay?
Okay, Simon, obviously over the years you've written many, many songs. I'd be interested if you could share with our viewers, what is it that inspires Simon Jones to sit and write a song, but more importantly, what's your routine to going about it? Is it melody or lyrics or chords or just a bit of a tune? What comes first? What's your process for laying down the ideas for a track?
Yeah, I mean, normally what I do is I just kind of play a few chords, or a couple of chords normally, and then I try and get a melody. So, like, for example, if I'm playing like a G to a C, I'll just maybe hum a melody like some sort of. It could be anything. It could be ba 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 ba, whatever.
Sure.
It also, the chords that you're using kind of allow you to get a certain melody from those chords anyway, because of the notes involved, or whatever. But and then I might experiment with some minor chords, and then the melodies just come from that, really.
Okay, so you literally just you're sort of seeking out a path until your ear hears something that it likes.
Yeah.
Is that kind of how you're working?
Yeah, really.
Yeah. So now obviously a lot of guys work completely different, and there's some people say I have to have a drum beat going and put something on to get a groove or something. But it's obviously guitar being the songwriter's instrument that it is. Aside from the piano perhaps, where you've got melody and everything. It is great, isn't it, to mix those chords and get inspired by the sounds that it makes. So,
absolutely.
Do you find yourself experimenting with some weird and interesting chords at all, or do you often sort of go back to the same chords when you start?
I have experimented with sort of more open chords, but chords that are usually sort of barred. Like, for example, this is an A major bar chord, but like sometimes I'll just take my finger off and just push down on the low E string, so all of it's open, but my fingers haven't moved.
Yeah,
so really
nice.
And you can kind of shift it, and it won't sound right here. Well, actually, that doesn't sound too bad, but it might not sound sort of good in terms of like your selection of chords for the song.
Sure.
But you can. The beauty about the guitar really is you can experiment. It's never wrong. It's all, as long as that sounds a bit sort of discordant.
Yeah.
But it could work.
Depends what it's going to or coming from, I guess.
If I want to write a song about death, maybe I'd do this. I want to kill you. Whatever.
That is the chord to go for.
That's the I want to kill you chord, ladies and gentlemen.
That is the key. Oh, brilliant, great, and that's nice. When you experiment like that, I think it opens up, especially from a songwriting aspect. You perhaps start to discover stuff that you would never do with your bog standard major and minor chords. So that's great. So the inspiration is literally for you, it's sit down, strum a few chords, and see what comes to your melody wise. Yeah?
Absolutely, yeah. Melodies for me, melody is a paramount thing, and then the words will come afterwards.
That's the number one.
So
yeah, because you tend to find people wandering around that they're whistling the melodies, never the drum beat or the guitar chords, aren't they? So obviously it is important to get that one.
Yeah.
When you return to the guitar song, or it's there and you pick it up, Simon Jones grabs the guitar.
Yeah.
What does he play? Do you have a riff or a lick or a tune that you often return to?
Yeah, I mean, because I sort of, I know it quite well. I just kind of go around a 12-bar blues, really. You know, just sort of like in E, for example. So on and so on.
Yeah, nice little run, yeah. Cool. Any particular reason why you do that? It's just something that's been with you for donkeys?
Yeah, it's been with me for a long time.
Yeah.
And also because it kind of works. It gives my fingers a bit of a workout, and my strumming hand as well.
Always good. Always good.
You know, it's kind of my first three fingers certainly.
Yeah.
And you can speed it up, which is what I normally do to warm up. Sort of. You can go like a million miles an hour.
Yeah, nice, yeah.
But
it's always great to have something that you like, and indeed a good finger exercise, a warm up, isn't it, as well? Especially before you're doing a gig or something like that. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, Simon, and finally, just to wrap up, a lot of our members who are just getting into playing guitar, they're sort of beginners, and they want to be able to take their guitar playing and indeed maybe their songwriting to a new level.
Yeah.
For them to progress on, do you have any advice you could part with, or what kind of advice would you give them to get into being able to write their own songs?
Sure,
It's quite complicated and quite hard to do, but what's your take on it? What advice could you give a complete beginner?
Well, I think that what a lot of people forget, and what I didn't realise to start with, was that some of the best songs ever written, certainly in my opinion, have used like 2 or 3 chords maybe. Like
sure.
You don't really have to know sort of 200,000 chords or positions, to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's normally really fairly simple. So what I'd encourage is to just sort of, once you've got a couple of chords going really nicely and you can strum between them, and move between them, is to just experiment with the melody within that. And more often than not, the restriction of just sort of 2 chords makes you more creative and makes you sort of get, squeeze every little last drop out of that.
You mean sort of being more melodic by restricting yourself to a couple of chords? Is it? Push yourself to come up with as much good stuff as possible, I suppose.
Absolutely, you can get a lot out of just a couple of chords,
Sure.
So that's really what I'd encourage.
So basically, keep it simple and don't overcomplicate things. I guess is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Sort of get into it and practice your melodies over just a handful of chords. Something that I suppose that you play well as well, something that you're good at.
Yeah.
So you feel it's actually sounding something hopefully similar to what you've got in your head.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, great. Thanks, Simon. Really appreciate you being with us today and joining us here at Crash Course Muso. It's very kind of you to take the time and come and share with our viewers. If people want to find out more about Simon Jones, you've got a website they can go to, or where can they sort of follow you or subscribe to what you do? Yeah,
it's youtube.com /SJonesM.
Okay, and we'll bring that up on the screen as well. So youtube.com /SJonesM.
Yeah.
We'll bring it up there, and then people can obviously sort of discover your music there as well, and videos that you're putting up as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Brilliant, perfect. Simon, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it, mate. It's been great having you on. I hope you've got something from today. This is Phill Mason and Simon Jones signing off for Crash Course Muso. Thanks, guys. Take care, and we'll see you again soon. Okay.
Don't fail me now, because I need you as my friend. We'll finish our drinks, for the night is at an end. I don't understand why we drink so much. When the night calls, we answer. We feel the rush, and I can't explain. The night calls 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 my